Do-do-do! Yeehaw! This song is fit for a hootenanny. Anyway, hey everybody, it's chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Super Paper Mario. In the last episode, we chunked chunks! And in this episode, we are going to be continuing on with Chapter 1-3 and hopefully making a bit more progress. So, let's go ahead and just get started right here. Gonna go through this door. And as we continue onward... Now, this is actually kind of an issue that I have with this game right about here. This isn't a prime example of how it can actually be kind of annoying, but when flipped into 3D, it kind of sucks how you can't really move the camera. Because there's times where you have to move towards the camera to make progress, and when you do that, it can actually be kind of annoying because you can't see some things coming. Yold signpost, percheth ye atop the distant platform blue. The following is for the eyes of the hero only. Gaze ye at sight of the signpost. Okay. So we have to look at the signpost from this side. Press minus and 1 at the same time to make something of interest happen. Okay. So we have to flip into 3D to talk to it there. So I guess that's alright. Not nearly as cool as some of the other stuff that we've done. But yeah. I really just... Again, I can't say enough about this 3D flipping concept. In all honesty, I know a lot of people are going to tell me no on this, that they just do not agree with it at all. But, ooh, new enemy. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to agree with me that this is a new enemy. That's yeah, Throw is the new enemy I'm trying to identify. Yes, he was stuffed in a box. Da-da-da-da-da. Very tragic. Yeah. His parents are dead. Everyone he knowed is gone. Everyone he knowed? That's an ice cherble. It's one nasty gas bag that spews out a plume of freezy gas. Max HP is 5. Attack is 2. The gas freezes. Don't go sniffing it. Some say the gas comes from the mouse. Some say it comes from elsewhere. Oh, dear. Okay, so same joke again. These things aren't really that tough. You can just get some nice action commands off of them if you want to get more points, which, of course, why wouldn't you? Get a combo on those two Goombas, and let's head over here. We got a dried Shroom. Woohoo! Best item in the entire continuity is back once again. That'll recover 1 HP. Now that we're done with that. No, don't hit your head on the platform. There we go. Let's go ahead and flip into 2D to make this platforming a little bit easier. 2D platforming being easier than 3D platforming? Seriously? So, what do we got here? Not really much here. We got a bunch of paper flat pedestals, but, of course, the main thing of interest right here is the fact that we have this. 0 and minus, 1 and minus. Apparently my Wiimote got downgraded. Always hated sliding puzzles, but I'm a god at them now. You guys better appreciate it. I've always hated sliding puzzles, but I became a god at them just for that one part of the game. Okay, no, not really. Anyway, end of chapter! Somehow, Mario found the strength to cross the desert's sweltering dunes. Ahead was a sprawling complex of ruins rising out of the sand. But thankful for the shade, Mario and Tippy ventured deeper inside. They were the very ruins Old Man Watchet had warned them about. What dangers lurked in the shady corridors ahead? Chapter 1-4! Monster of the Ruins! That does not at all mean that we're about to fight the boss of this chapter. Nope. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and get this started. Mario, I can feel it calling. The pure heart is nearby. Calling! Someone is calling! Okay, I will not try to sing World Ends With You music at all. Because if you haven't guessed by now, I am a terrible frigging singer, and those of you who have been around my channel for a long time know that I am a terrible frigging singer. Not sure if I'd say I'm the worst singer in the world, but I'm probably close to it. So we're gonna go over here. Now that we're in this door, we got a new enemy! Buzzy Beetle! This is a Buzzy Beetle. It's much tougher than it looks. Max HP is 1, attack is 1, defense is 3. Even flames will scorch its hard shell. Sometimes they cling onto the ceiling and drop down on your head when you walk by. Not very friendly, Buzzy. Shame on you. So what's gonna happen is you hit this, it goes into its shell, and basically it just acts like a Koopa. Only difference is that it's immune to fire. Now, if you have a POW block, you can easily take care... That was a jerk move! I know that in Bowser's Castle in Bowser's First Castle in Mario Brothers that they have that, or rather Super Mario Brothers, they have something similar to that. But still, that is just rude. These Buzzy Beetle shells can actually be kind of devastating in 3D just because of all the stuff they can ricochet off of, so if you can, fight them in 2D if ever possible. And what? Okay. What is this thing like in 3D? Oh, okay, I could have just done that, and that would have been a lot easier, and I could have gotten to get the mushroom, okay. Take note of my shortcomings, future generations who watch this, and by future generations, I mean people who see this video a whole 3 days after I record it. Right over here, we actually have the introduction of, well, not really the introduction of a secret, but it's just, here we have the introduction of life shrooms. If we fall in battle, we automatically get brought back to life with 5 HP. These things are invaluable. You really, really want to have as many of these as possible. Now, I'm not saying this because this game is hard. I'm saying this because there's optional stuff that comes up late in the game that is very difficult. And that optional stuff, you're going to want as many life streams as you can. So get that one now, and I suggest trying to refrain from dying, which really isn't that difficult to do this early in the game, and depositing that into your bank when you get back to Flipside, because you are going to really, really want as many of those as possible, and they are not cheap to buy. So be sure to get as many life streams as you can and always deposit them. Right there we have the introduction of blocks that change dimensions whenever you hit them, so that's kind of cool, I suppose. And we have yet another new enemy. It's a Spiky Trump. For some reason, it enjoys rolling left and right all day. Can't beat it. You can only avoid it. It will move until it gets it. Basically, it's a smaller version of the other Trumps that we were finding earlier, but basically just smaller and a lot slower. We got a Ruins key, and I'm no longer standing on top of this ladder. And those Trumps are completely helpless in 3D because they don't take up any physical space. So now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and open up this door, and we're going to select the Ruins key. G. Ruins key opening a door in Ruins. Who saw that one coming? Here we got a save block. Yes, I want to save in progress now. I've noticed that save blocks aren't really that useful in this game. Not to say that, you know, you don't want to save, but just to say that I don't find myself using them as much because chapters in this game are a lot shorter because they're, you know, each chapter is like a quarter of a real chapter. And it's just, you can save after each one, so save blocks in the levels I just don't really find as helpful as in the other Paper Mario games. That is kind of an issue that I have. It's kind of like how heart blocks were too good in the first game. In this one, it's kind of the polar opposite of save blocks not being that good. But, I guess now I could talk a little bit about just some issue I have with this game. And that is just simply put, I've talked a lot about praising this game, and I said that I would concede that it has issues. Besides it being a GameCube game originally, and the fact that you can really tell that it was a GameCube game originally, I will openly say that I do kind of enjoy the RPG-esque battles a little bit more, and I just kind of wish that they did a little bit more to make this actiony, because jumping on enemies is fine, but for like the length of an RPG and just it being a 2D game for the length of an RPG, I just don't think that it's quite as, you know, action-packed as it could be. Right here, we actually have the introduction of something a little bit new. This pipe will keep spawning squigs indefinitely. So we can just kind of wait here and then just kill the one that it pops out each time, and then it will always bring another one. If you're close to a level, which let's see if we are. No, we are not, so this is not worth it for us. You can just keep on waiting for a new squig to come out, and it will keep coming out forever because you need a squig to be able to hit that switch, so it just doesn't ever stop. If you're close to a level, might want to stay there and grind, but I'm not going to be doing that. Anyway, sorry about the cut right there. I actually had to go do something real quick. But, yeah. We hit that switch, and it caused something different to happen. Going back here, we will see that this platform is different than it was before. So let's go ahead and hop on this. And we can see that there is a Ruins key in there. It's in a small space, and there's one platform for us to stand on with a straight shot over to it. Stop ruining my sarcasm, Get up there! Bad jumping ability. Stop ruining my sarcastic comedy, if you even want to call it comedy. Ruining my so-called jokes. Freaking jumping ability. I guess the movie title really is true. White man can't jump, even though I'm not really white, even though I look it. Anyway, so right over here we have a door in midair, and it's like, I just gotta enter it from above. I just gotta jump down and then hit up. It's like Kirby. No. One of the very few times in the game you ever have to do this. Yeah, this room only exists for that. Now, that's actually an issue with this game that I have, in addition to the battles not being quite as actiony as they could be. And that is the fact that you can tell that this was not a Wii game originally. Not just because the motion controls aren't used for anything that the motion controls really need to be used for, aside from Tippy's flashlight, which again could be set to a button easily of just identifying enemies and that kind of stuff when you're nearby them, just like Goombella. Didn't mean to identify that actually, but we can flip into 3D here and get this. Now, what I'm saying is, you can tell this was not a Wii game. Because in cutscenes, whenever there is anything that is going on in a cutscene, you can look at the sides of the screen where it's meant to be 4x3, and you can look at the sides of the screen, you know, like the additional sides of the screen that 16x9 has over 4x3, and you can easily see these cutscenes were tailored for a GameCube because nothing ever happens on the bars on the side of the screen, ever in cutscenes. You can pretty much just place something over your TV in place of where those black bars would be on a 4x3 screen, and you would notice a difference. Here we got a Buzzy Beetle card, so that's kind of nice, even though you can't really damage Buzzy Beetles without a POW block. I guess you could use Throw, but it's just, do you really want to? So not really a useful card there, it's just there. But yeah, you can tell this was going to be a GameCube game, and it's not just the fact that in cutscenes, which you'll see an example of it coming up. But in addition to that, there's rooms that are created specifically so that you can use Tippy's flashlight function. The rooms serve no other purpose than doing that. Like that room. They could have just had that door lead straight to where that room with the key where we had to flip into 3D that we were just in with the Buzzy Beetle card. That room had no other significance. Not even enemies were in that room. And it just really shows that they just needed to have something to make this be a Wii game. Because this was shown off at E3 2006, and it was said that it was going to be a GameCube game. So it's no secret that this was going to be a GameCube game. And the thing is, some people said that Twilight Princess had kind of tacked on motion controls and kind of tacked on Wii functionality. I disagree with that. This is the game that I will say it was tacked on. Because in Twilight Princess, you had more control over some items with the motion controls. Like, you could move and shoot your bow at the same time with ease. It was just, it had a reason to be motion controlled. This game, I will say, does not really have a reason to be on the Wii. And that looks so friggin' cool. Wow. I feel bad for whatever Goomba was underneath all this, if any. So, we have some switches right here. We flip into 3D and we can see that they're actually numbered. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4! There we go. 4? Okay, we finally hit that. I'll never do that again. I don't know why I found that funny. Just that long animation, all of a sudden, 1 damage. Right here we got a save point, which I'm pretty sure you know what's coming up. Got a Super Shroom right there. We were fully healed, and we have a save point. Gee, I wonder what's on the other end of this pipe.